At some point in dating, every woman has to pause and ask herself a very uncomfortable but powerful question. Am I adding value to this connection, or am I simply occupying space? Because being desired doesn't automatically mean you're being taken seriously, sis. And chemistry, attention, even consistency doesn't always equal intention. There's a difference between a woman a man enjoys and a woman who elevates his life. And that difference often has left less to do with what she offers him and more to do with how she shows up emotionally, sis. Today, we're talking about the signs that are quietly positioning particular women as a distraction instead of his upgrade. This is not to shame you. This is not to blame you. This is not to make you feel anything less than the beautiful woman that you are. This is to bring awareness, because the women who experience the biggest shifts in dating are not the ones trying to control their man. They're the ones willing to grow, willing to refine, and to lead with discernment and, of course, those boundaries. So, if you're a woman who believes in self reflection, emotional maturity, and doing the inner work, this, my sister, this is the conversation for you. If you are finding me for the very first time, I'm Marshawn Olanio. I am a shift relationship strategist, and I specifically help and work with professional Black women and help them to really soften their boss hat and or take that boss hat off. So when they get into a romantic relationship or when they get around their romantic partner, they can actually sit in their softer side. I help them make that transition from their career to their partnership and or bedroom. That's what I help them do. So welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Today's conversation is one that is very important. Are you his distraction, or are you the woman that he decides to level up for? Without further ado, let's jump into what this actually means and what this looks like. The first thing that came to mind is being mostly a taker, rarely a giver. And I'm talking about beyond the financial aspect of it all. The point of this is that emotional imbalance is quietly eroding respect. Say, for example, you lean on him heavily for support, for reassurance, or even for validation, but you rarely ask him how he's really doing. Or you expect consistency, emotional presence, and even all of the efforts, yet you struggle to even offer appreciation, encouragement, or be his peace. Or maybe you receive gestures, but you rarely reciprocate in ways that matter to him emotionally. Research has actually shown that perceived imbalance in emotional contribution predicts lower long term commitment and relationship satisfaction, even more than the financial imbalance. Let me just say this here. A lot of times when men are in relationship, they're not looking for what the woman can provide specifically when it comes to the finances. He really doesn't care if he really doesn't care how much money she's making. Let's be clear about that. And if you didn't know that, Big Sis is here to help you out in understanding these things, because he's not really looking at what you can bring to the table financially, because in his heart of hearts, whether you're making more than him or not, he still wants to feel like and be the provider of the family. Right. I was listening to one coach. He's a minister, coach. Excuse me. He's minister, also doctor, but he coaches as well. The point is, he was basically saying how men just want to feel needed and heard, but they struggle with asking for that help. They struggle with asking for that help, and so that's okay that they're struggling to ask for this help, right? It really is, to a certain degree. right? Because just like I coach my women to use their God-given discernment, I need for men to use their God-given discernment for the right one, because there are toxic women out here just like there are toxic men. It's on both ends of the spectrum. We're not just all saying that all women um, are non-toxic, because let's be truthful. I've seen them. They've come and worked with me. They didn't realize that they were as toxic. And you have to sit back and ask yourself if you're trying to discern if you are toxic or not. Let's go with that. You have to ask yourself, sis, insert name, do I thrive off of drama? Am I happy with the arguing back and forth for no doggone reason? Am I usually trying to come up with a solution to solve things, or am I just going and complaining? That brings me to point number two, which is arguing to win instead of collaborating to solve said issue. What does that mean? It means that the conflict styles are to determine the conflict styles are the determining factor in relationship longevity. For example, small issues turn into debates instead of discussions. Is that you? Is that you? Let me know down in the comment section below if this is you. Or if you focus on being right instead of being understood. Big one, big one. Or you point out problems, but you rarely suggest solutions. See, I'm a big fan of complaining, if you will. I usually say it's a discussion, it's a topic of discussion. However, insert your own wording. The point is this to all of it: when I'm helping out my clients to understand that they absolutely should speak up and ask for the things that they want, when it's time for the complaints to happen, as they will, because none of us are perfect, and there are going to be some things that each of us feel slighted on when we are in relationship, and including but not limited to marriage, right? There are, until the two of you get to an understanding where things are smooth sailing and he or she, can say a thing to you and you like, I'm just brushing that off. I understand where this is coming from. Or right, you have an understanding. It's no underlying where they're trying to really get under your skin per se, because you really understand your partner. It takes a while before most people get to that smooth sailing stage. But until you get there, it's really being able to not only complain, right? Let's bring it back together. Not only to complain and voice your concerns, but to take a solution to the table. Now, when you take a solution to the table, it does not mean that he's automatically going to be like, yes, let's run with your solution. This was the most brilliant thing. Thank you so much for bringing it to the table. But what it does do is that it opens up the door for the both of you to have a discussion about how this topic of discussion can stop being a topic of discussion in your relationship, in your marriage. Go and say the thing, get it off your chest. Make sure that the time is right to do it. Don't just think, just because you've been thinking about this thing all the time, as soon as he walks through the door, he wants to now hear this complaint. Make sure that the timing is right for the both of you, not just for you, sis. We have a tendency to just offload. Don't just offload, right? Make sure that the timing is right. Make sure that he's ready to receive the words that are coming out your mouth. But yes, absolutely have the discussion about the complaint, the thing that is keeping you up at night, that's making you toss and turn, that's making you cringe when this joker walked through the room. Have said conversation, but please take a solution with you. And be open to the idea of him not agreeing with and or wanting to use your solution. It's okay. It's okay if he's not, but you have to be willing to take something to the table. So there is a starting point for the two of you to be able to converse about these things and then say, this one works, this one doesn't work. Can we tweak it this way, that way? This is a relationship that is balancing and working out for the both of you. It is an ebb and flow, right? It is something that is healthy on both ends, and neither one of you are feeling like you have to sacrifice yourself and or the things that you want or desire out of the relationship. Another way for you to figure out if you are his distraction or actually him leveling up for you is your emotional maturity. Is there a lack of emotional maturity on your end? Because emotional maturity is absolutely needed in order for this relationship, this marriage to last. A lot of us go into these relationships and we are not mature enough to handle all of the things that come with being in a healthy relationship, let alone a marriage that is going to last the test of time. As you know, if you've been here, I am a part of the statistics. I'm a part of the divorcee. And it was because I didn't have any of the tools that I love to come here and impart to you, because I've learned some things, and it's been some ups and downs of me figuring out how to get to the level at which I am currently at. So I come here and try to help you out by imparting these things. So take what works for you, work on that area, right? And then come back and grab some more, work on the next area. And this is how you level up yourself. So you are no longer his distraction. You are the woman that he wants to level up for. One of the things that I know for certain is that when a man first meets you, he already knows what box, i.e., category, you are in. Are you his plaything for the moment? Are you the person that he's trying to see if you two are going to go the distance, but he's still trying to figure you out? Or if you are the woman where he's like, oh, conversation is good. She knows exactly what she's wants. So she's clear about her life. She's clear about her path. She's clear and even open to the idea of having someone else come into her world and be a part, knowing when she can use those masculine and or leadership skills, as well as when to fall back and allow me to take the lead. They already know which box they are putting you in when they first meet you. It is up to you to know where you are at. So he will, like, you know what, I need to get in order to be with her, I got to get all of me together. All of me together. The final thing that I would say is asking yourself the question, are you his peace? Or are you the very reason why he finds every reason not to come home at night? Every reason not to pick up the phone and find out and or ask you how you doing. Every reason he finds some reason why he can't see you if the two of you are not in the same household. Men commit when they feel emotionally safe, not necessarily desired, but when they feel emotionally safe. One of the things that you can ask yourself is he sharing things with you selectively because he's risking vulnerability around you? Does he avoid difficult conversations because they often turn into you criticizing him, or there's an emotional escalation there? Or do sometimes you feel like, oh, he does enjoy me, but doesn't rest with me? These are some of the more difficult conversations that you have to have with yourself, because there is some feeling when you know that somebody is there for you, that they feel for you, that they are leaning into you, that they are sharing things with you, their most deepest intimate secrets, and when they are not. Studies on emotional shit. Can't talk today. Studies on emotional safety show that men are more likely to commit long term to partners who create calm, acceptance, and non judgmental environments. Which one are you? Are you, when you really ask yourself, am I a distraction because I haven't done my own inner work? Or am I the woman he is going to level up for? Let me know your answer down in the comment section below. I love you guys, and there's nothing that you can do about it. And I will see you next time. Bye bye now.